Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and in this video I'm going to show you a bunch of amigurumi. Now, I think the title of this video is going to be Easy Amigurumi for Easter. So I'm going to start with the Easter pattern, and then if that's all you were looking for, you can click off. But otherwise, if you want to see all the other amigurumi I did, I've got a bunch in this video. Okay, so I just finished Bag O' Day's shawl or poncho, and was that what I just finished? And I was asking my husband, what should I crochet? You know that moment where you're walking around looking at your hoard, your stash, and you're like, I don't know what to make. What am I gonna make? He's like, how about make an amigurumi? So I looked up a few things. No, actually what I first did was I made Bella Coco's amigurumi, but I told you I wasn't gonna start with that. So when I made that, my kids all wanted an amigurumi. So I found this cute rubber ducky pattern. This is a free pattern off of Ravelry. It's by Andrea at crochetTherapy.com. And it is a very simple amigurumi. And here is what it looks like. Now, Flynn has already had this. I finished this literally like an hour and a half to 2 hours after I made it. It's got a little safety eyes. It's got a little duck bill. The nice thing about this is you can put a little bell or a rattle inside, and then you can give it to a baby, and it can be like a baby toy. But I thought this would be cute. If you wanted to make a few, you could make them for kids for Easter. This is what it kind of looks like if you leave it as a rattle. What I've thought of doing is taking a blue thread and pulling it up through. You know how pull the needle all the way through and give it kind of more of a flat look. I don't know. The pattern is very easy. Like I said, it's free. It was on Ravelry. I'll put a link in the description. And it was very easy to read. No confusions. I mean, it basically is a circle that tapers in, and then it comes back out, and you pop some. I want to say, actually, you start from the bottom. Yeah, because I'm looking to see where you pop the eyes in. You start at the bottom, you go out, you go in, you come out, pop some eyes in, finish it off, make a bill. Now, I did not make the bill the same way she did. And I made this with DIY Lion brand yarn a really long time ago. My Walmart was selling them for 25 cents a skein. Oh, I hoarded up a bunch. I popped them in here. And I made it out of this blue, this light blue. And I used orange cotton for the beak. Flynn wanted this because he wanted to play a goose. Now, so that is the rubber ducky pattern. I think this is cute for an Easter basket. Now, the next one that I'm going to talk about is also a goose because Flynn wanted another one. Apparently, he did not think that one was good enough. And I made this goose. I would say the biggest thing about looking at this amigurumi that I don't like are his legs are useless. I mean, really, he can't stand on them. I really have to try to figure out a way. I mean, I'm sure if I thought for a moment, I could think of something. Maybe crochet around a little dowel or a pipe cleaner. I don't know, but his legs are essentially useless. They're just decoration. You just sit him down. He can't stand on them. The hat I made out of cotton, but that's because that's the color Flynn chose. You know, the kids don't think about it when they look at your yarn around here. Like, oh, I want that one. So this is Premier Cotton. His body is made out of, I love this yarn, kind of like an off-white. This is what I got to make flesh-colored, pale white people dolls. And then the pattern does not call for a bow tie, but Flynn wanted his goose to have a bow tie. So I made it a bow tie. Now this pattern is also on Ravelry, but it was kind of difficult to get to. So when you clicked on it, it brought you to a separate site, and the separate site made you go through a transaction as if you were going to buy it, but it was $0.00, which I thought, this is kind of weird. And you don't enter any credit card information. Basically, you just click on it, you add it to your cart, you type in your email address, you make the purchase, and then it emails it to you. And there it is, sitting there on its useless legs. I could have made a couple more rounds on the hat, but this is what Flynn wanted it to look like. So I made it like he wanted. Now, this pattern is easy to read, as in I understood it and I didn't have problems, but it's only because I've made amigurumi before. If you've never made an amigurumi before, I would not start with this pattern because it makes the assumption that you do know how. And this is why. Okay, so I'm going to read a line out of this pattern, and then I'm going to read the same kind of a line out of this one. So here it says 2 single crochets, and then single crochet in the next 2. Repeat. So that means you do 2 single crochets in one stitch, and then you do a single crochet and another single crochet, and you repeat that. And that is this typical pattern that you would use in amigurumi. And then when you're making your circle bigger, you'll do 2 single crochets in a stitch, and then 3 individual single crochets, and then it's 2. That's how you get that round ball look. So this pattern just says 2 single crochets, 2 in the next. And it just leaves it like that. Now it does put it in parentheses, and most pattern readers know that when you have a parentheses, that's something you repeat. But if you're not a pattern reader, and if you were just hopping on to try an amigurumi for the first time, you would be confused. It's a very base. I don't even think originally this person who wrote this pattern spoke English, because the website was not in English, and there was not a $sign. It was like a different symbol. It's called Goose with Hat. And it doesn't say who made it. But anyway, I'm just saying, brace yourself. There's only like 4 or 5 free Goose patterns on Ravelry anyway, so you're not going to get too many to choose from. But with this one, you have to be very mindful of what the pattern reads, and have to have a little bit of knowledge of amigurumi and how the basic construction is. So that is Goose with Hat. So these are the 2 that I made for Flynn. A duck, which is a baby goose in his mind, and a big goose with a hat and a bow tie. Nothing to be excited about. Now, there is one more baby goose pattern that I found that Flynn really liked, and I do think it has some more substantial legs, as you can see. But this pattern, it was when I went and clicked on the link and it opened it up in a new web page, somebody had just photocopied a book, as you can see, and it's too small to read. I can't read it, so I would have to download the pattern, have my husband expand it a little bit so that I can read it, but it really is very small. And to be honest, it comes from 1991's Crochet World. I think this is like a copyright violation. Whoever entered this into Ravelry and then put this link, unless it was Crochet World themselves, I don't know. But I haven't made that one, and to be honest, I'm kind of crochet amigurumi out. Okay, so actually, now, that is like the Easter's. If you want to make a duck, there's those 2 patterns. I'll put a link in the description, and I'll even put a link in the description to that one that was too small to read. Now, this is just the other amigurumi that I did. If you're in my Facebook group, or if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I made the little kitty that comes in Bella Coco's crochet box. I wish at the top it would say like box number 7 or whatever, but this is the one it came in, the purple one. I believe it's the one that had the little clips inside of it. You could make this motif. You could make a cute little phone case right there, and then of course the kitty cat. There it is. Look how beautiful she is. I just read a comment today that said I need to hold things up a lot longer. Okay. So it actually was very easy to follow. There we are. I started it on Friday night. I sat down and crocheted the head, the body, the arms and feet, and the ears. And then I was going to go to bed, but I thought, just do one more part. And I went to go make the tail, but I hate making this kind of a tail. So I was like, I'll do that tomorrow. And I made the bow. So then I woke up in the next morning, I made the tail, I made the headband, and I started sewing it together. Now, I did not pay very good attention because according to the directions, as you can see with the arms, I sewed the arms on wrong. The collar is crocheted right onto the body. I think I did a fairly good job with the feet, but this tail is just a tube, and I just hate doing those long, skinny tubes. But overall, it was very easy to read. To be honest, I think I did better assembling this. She could have used a little more stuffing in her head. And as you can see, her eyes are a little wonky. That's because I'm not good with embroidery. But it really went together quite well. I would say this probably took me a couple hours, at the most 2.5 hours to make this. It went quick. It did not feel very long. So then I brought it upstairs and my kids are like, oh, she's so cute. I want one. So I was like, sure, I'll make another. But then my son Jaron got jealous and he's like, make me one. But he didn't want a kitty. He wanted something else. So he has a good buddy, believe it or not, whose mother also is real big into crochet. She has an Etsy shop where she sells a lot of her stuff online. I'll put a link in the description to her shop. So she apparently had made him a baby alien, you know, a Yoda. And made her son one, that is. And Jared's like, oh, make me one. I said, Jared, it's too hard. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. And he's like, Mom, he's like, you made this. You can make me a baby Yoda. So I went online, typed it in, and I actually found, and the pattern is called Baby Alien, but it is not in an easy printable version. I could have copied and pasted each little section, but it just got to be like, it was going to be kind of a nightmare. Basically, I'll put a link in the description to the website. You click on it, and at the top it says like head, body, arms, ears, blah, blah, blah. It lists all the parts. And you click on it, and a new page opens, and it just lists it right on the side. And then you go back to the top, and when you're ready to do the ears, you click on ears, and then it pops up to a new thing. So it's very easy to navigate, and usually I sit at either a tabletop and do amigurumi. I don't know why. It's not very relaxing to do amigurumi for me. So I sat at the countertop where my laptop was set up, and I made this little amigurumi, this little baby Yoda. Now, you can't really tell, but this ear is too far forward compared to that one. But this is the little guy. The pattern for making the Yoda was very simple. For some reason, it has this weird wrap. This is what his body looks like. And his feet are, I mean, he's cute. This one here is a little bootylicious, as you see that. And then you make this wrap and you twist it up around him. If I were to do it again, I would not do the wrap. I think I would try to think of some other thingy to put on him, but I don't know much about Star Wars. Maybe the wrap is a thing. Maybe Yoda wears one of these like weird little wraps. I don't know. But there you go. Now, at first I was a little afraid because if you can see, after you pop in the eyes, they want you to sew the eyelids on. You see how those stitches go in a different way? I'll hold it. So I thought, oh great, this was going to be hard. But it really wasn't. And then there's the little tip in the ears. And it's basically a very simple pattern. You start at the top of the head, you work your way down, you pop in the eyes, you hand sew around the eyes to make the eyelids, you finish up the head, you finish it off, you tie it into a ball. Then you start doing the feet, and just like the Friendly Red Fox's pattern, you do the feet, you stop, you start the other feet, you join them in the crotch, and then you crochet all the way around up to the body, you decrease for the neck, you sew the head onto the neck, and then you make these little arms and you sew them on. So Jaron loved this, and I'm actually pretty happy that I made him. I don't really want to make another one. Now, I found in my weekend of amigurumi that I prefer to do amigurumi with the softer cotton, not the dish cotton, but you know, like Bella cotton, Coco's cotton, like the 50-40 or whatever, the split acrylic cotton. It's just smoother to work with. Acrylic yarn is, even with your tulips, is real hard and tight to go through, and it just ends up aching your hands. Now, the yarn that I used to make Baby Yoda was my DIY yarn. In fact, in my Lion Brand yarn video, I forgot to mention that I had this little bag. Because this is Lion Brand DIY yarn. DI yarn. Like I said, I got these a billion years ago at at Walmart. They were clearancing them all out for 25 cents. They're very small, only 65 yards. So quite frankly, acrylic yarn for a quarter. His wrap I made with this. Oh, you guys, I must have put the wrong label on here because I went to go tell you what color it was and it says grass. And I'm like, why would they color brown grass? But no, this is grass, and this is what I made Yoda out of. Apparently, I threw the wrong ball band away, and this is some kind of brown. I was like, what in the Toledo? And apparently, the blue that I made Flynn's first goose out of is called Sky. So I actually don't have the colorway because I have the grass band on the brown. But that's what I made him out of. He is solidly made out of the DIY Lion Brand DI yarn. I actually initially was going to send this whole bag of yarn to Classy Kim because she is making a blanket out of DI yarn, and these are very small, and I remember hoarding them up. But then when I took them off of the top, they were at the very, very top, and I had them on the side here, and I was looking for a yarn color to make Baby Yoda out of. I'm like, oof, I don't have any of that pukey green. And then I saw this, and I thought, I can make Yoda out of the scraps in that bag. So I'm sorry, Classy Kim. But anyway, that is one of the other ones I did. Like I said, I would like to make him again and order Kobu cotton and make him out of that. I think that would be lovely. I'll put a link in the description to where I got this pattern. If you're smarter than me and can figure out where it can print off, more power to you. But I just left it on the webpage. Okay. Now, the last amigurumi that I did, and now this is Sunday morning, so I did this all day Saturday. I made these 3 amigurumis, and I finished. Remember, I sewed this one together. My daughter and Han want another cat. They want their own cat. So I went and made another cat. Now, this is the problem. I don't have any more of this white cotton from Bella Coco. And she actually lists in here some other yarn that could be a good comparison. Cider Snuggly Soothie, 100% cotton. Rico Baby Classic DK. Kobu Lion Brand. Debbie Bliss Piper, and Novita Mumit Mumas. And Peter Pan. I'm just going to flash these pages up here for you. So there's the Peter Pan yarn, which I don't know where to get that from. And then here's some other companies that make other cottons that are similar. Do you think that's long enough? So I, if you recall, have just hoarded up some Kobu. So unfortunately I don't have any white. So what I used was, let me crack this open to show you. I want to say this was like my December Bella Coco box. Crochet Society box. Oh, I didn't have to take it out. And she wanted us to make this Snow Yeti. There it is. She wanted us to make that little guy. And I did not want to. And so I've kind of been hanging around with this box. I'm like, what am I going to do with it? But I broke into this December box and I took out this yarn. Now this is crochet, this is Bella Coco Crochet Irresistible Aran, and it is 100 grams, and it's 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. It does have a little bit of a different feel to it than the cotton that she put in for the kitty cat one, but it's pretty much the same. It just was a little, I don't know what makes them look so different. Then, because I used up all this purple, and I didn't want Maddie to get confused that this is mine and this one's hers, she chose pink. And this is when I used the Kobu. Here's the wrapper for it. This is the Kobu that I use. Lion Brand Kobu. And this one's pale pink, and this one's approved for the Knitted Knockers. So if you're someone who wants to make a donation to the Knitted Knockers and either crochet or knit them some knockers, you can use this. But anyway, this is a light 3, And it is, I'm trying to find, 50% cotton and 50% acrylic. So I use that to make the collar and to make the little bow. And I could definitely feel that it was different. It's silkier than the Yeti cotton, which is thinner than this. So now I have two of these. I feel like I did a way better job on her eyes than I did on her eyes. See that? It's just, but I really like her. Now Han wants one too. And I'm just like kind of feeling like, bleh. I don't want to make another one for a while. Because you guys, in Friday night and Saturday, I made 5 Amigurumi dolls. I'm just kind of tuckered out. But I probably will. You never want to leave someone who wants some crochet. You never want to leave them out. But I am actually pretty impressed with myself to remember that I could use the Yeti, the yarn for the Yeti, to finish up my cats. And that is exactly what I'll do. I'm going to make one more cat for Han. And then I'm going to, I'm thinking about ordering some Lion Brand Kobu because they kind of have a greenish color. And then they kind of have like a dark reddish brown. And I was going to make another baby alien. You know who I'm talking about with that. So that's it. That's all I did. Now I can quickly give my kids back all their amigurumi. It'll be interesting to see how well they hold up. Now this cute little cat, she's going to be up there with this hideous monster I made and my octopus. And then there's my cow. Maybe I'll put her up with the cow. I don't know. And then the pig is way, you can't even see it. The pig's way at the top. Jaren somehow, I don't know how, in his sleep, broke the eye off of him. Not the little peg, just the outside eyeball. So the peg is still in there. I should see if I could pop him down. So he's got like one little thin little black eye and then one normal eye. It's kind of scary looking right now. Initially, I had printed off a pattern to do a narwhal for my friend that I used to work with to make for her daughter. But I still haven't done it. For some reason, I'm really dragging my feet on making an amigurumi narwhal. That's what I should work on. Give that to her. All right, you guys, that's all I have. I tried to share these kitties on Bella Coco's Crochet Society, and I don't know if they're showing up there. I'll be like thrilled, but I don't know if they are. And I'll put links in the description to all those except for the Bella Coco kitty. I don't know how you're going to get that pattern if you don't have your... Maybe she sells them on her site. Maybe she sells them on Ravelry. I don't know. I'll look. I'll dig around, see if I can find a link. Okay, that's all I have. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Thanks for liking and sharing my videos. And until the next video, happy crafting. Bye.